Hi, my name is Jonathan, and this is my first YouTube shoot, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching. In this video, I'm going to respond to wrestling fans, mainly Bill and Doug, but this is to all wrestling fans who say that TNA is pushing the wrong stars. You people complain that TNA should not push Black Reign, Rikishi, VKM, etc. because people already know who they are. Well, I will explain why TNA is doing this. The WWE fans, marks, sheep, casual fans, whatever you want to call them, they're not emotionally stuck to the WWE company. They're emotionally stuck to the wrestlers of the company. Bill and Doug have said that the reason that WWE has higher ratings than TNA is because half the people don't even know TNA exists, which means they don't know who half the TNA wrestlers are. I have tried to convince WWE fans to watch TNA. I'm like, hey, check out TNA. And they're like, okay. And they turn it on, and they see guys, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Abyss, the guys in the X Division, and they're like, who the hell are these guys? This sucks. TNA pushes Angle, Christian, Sting, Black Reign, VKM, Rikishi because people know who they are and they're emotionally stuck to them. I've said before, I'll say it again. Nobody will support a company they don't know anyone on the roster. If TNA or any other company wants to compete with the WWE, they need to bring in ex-WWE, WCW guys. Guys who people are familiar with. Guys like Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, heck, even Batista. I mean, I know you fans, Smart Mark fans, are going to go, oh, Batista sucks. What is he going to do for TNA? Trust me, he will draw the casual fans. Same thing with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, I think they'll get a TV deal soon, and I think someday they will compete with WWE and TNA. But if they want to go mainstream, if they want to be the #1 wrestling promotion in the world, they need ex-WWE, WCW talent. Talent guys who are familiar with. People like PS Power like using examples. Well, here's one. These people, these casual fans, they would rather see a crappy Hollywood movie with Hollywood actors than a great independent movie with actors they don't know. Let's look at the rise of WCW. WCW started to beat the WWF in ratings because they brought in guys like Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Ric Flair. All these guys worked in the WWF and were guys that people were familiar with. It wasn't until WCW became mainstream when people started to care about Benoit, Jericho, DDP, Guerrero. Those guys didn't partially help WCW get big, but it was mainly Hogan, Savage, guys who people were familiar with. Once they became familiar with Benoit, Guerrero, the guys just listed, then they started to care about them. And it's the same thing with TNA. TNA needs to bring in more WWE wrestlers and become a big wrestling company before people care about AJ, Daniels, Joe. Because right now, the people who don't know who AJ, Daniels, Joe, Abyss, etc. who are, they don't care about them. They only care about the mainstream wrestlers. But that's my opinion. That's what I've heard from these WWE fans in my neighborhood. And I said, thank you for watching, and I wait for your feedback.